0 is a pre-biological life when the DNA first emerged in the book. Life 1.0 is how the life first emerged, and the cultural life is basically what, as a human beings, how we develop the life. And what I trick you here in the book, Life 3.0 is not about extraterrestrial life; it's about AI. Okay, so that's the only trick there. How does Life 3.0 define intelligence? The ability to achieve complex goals, thinking skill, capacity for learning, and ability to solve problems. Again, based on the discussion in the book. The book proposes several future scenarios for the age of AI, which is not one of them. So the book has very deep discussion on each one of them. Benevolent dictator, libertarian paradise, egalitarian utopians, and meditative time travel. Which one is not discussed in the book? The book discusses the Omega team. Actually, the book starts with the story of Omega team. What is their role, according to the book? Designing ethical AI system, AI crisis management, ensuring AI's entertainment value, AI in sports strategy. What role does the book envision for AI in education? Replacing teachers entirely, teaching only STEM subject, personalized learning experience, AI is a classroom assistant. Again, the main argument in the book on that one. The book's view on AI and the economy suggests that AI will crash the global economy, but there's potential for both growth and inequality, and there will be increased competition that will be leading to the universal wealth. Life 3.0 discusses AI in healthcare with the following highlight. AI replacing all doctors, AI improving diagnosis and treatments, AI increasing healthcare costs, AI developing new diseases. So what is the discussion in the book? In Life 3.0, how is human intelligence fundamentally differentiated from AI intelligence? What is the difference between the two? By the ability to dream. Human is carbon-based, AI is silicon-based, based on emotional capacity, by the speed of processing information. A lot of discussion in the book on that. Yes, actually, anyone wants to, who read the books, capture this point. There's one very fine, interesting point in the book. Anyone who read the books remember that point? Because that's the author repeated a few times. Because the argument was like, there's nothing special with human, so it's what you mean just having a carbon-based intelligence cannot be replicated. That's the whole argument in the book. So therefore, the book argues that there could be consciousness with AI because one is a silicon-based, one is a carbon-based. If the carbon can give you consciousness, why can't you get out of silicon? That's the whole argument in the book, okay? So therefore, I thought it would be, no, of course we agree to say that there's something else, but it's important to catch the idea. The book's views on AI developing self-awareness is, can AI develop self-awareness, become conscious of itself? The book says it's impossible. It's possible, but with advancement. It's already achieved, possible with luck. Well, I already gave the answer, right? It's my explanation, I guess. In discussing consciousness, Life 3.0 primarily views human as spiritual beings, emotional creatures, biological machines, or special creatures. What does it mean to be human? It's actually, that's the book's argument. Nothing special with human. A discussion on the human exceptionalism, the author argues against that. What ethical dilemma about AI does Life 3.0 highlight the most? The ethical issue about AI that discussed most in the book. AI's voting rights, alignment with human values, AI's artistic expression, emotional bonds with AI. What is said about AI and the concept of universal basic income? That's one of the key economic issues discussed in the book. Universal basic income is unnecessary. It's offered as a solution. AI funding this income, and universal basic income is harmful. Can anyone briefly explain what does universal basic income mean? Yes, those who read the book, can you help us to understand what does it mean? Anyone? None of you? Yeah, what does it mean? Why he suggests this as a solution?
Because AI takes over all jobs.
Get the mic. Yeah. I don't know if you can explain. You can explain it.
The concept basically of universal basic income is that people would still get paid despite AI having all of the jobs. So they would still have like a sense of purpose and they'd be able to live normal lives.
So the idea is to give them some basic income, they can just still meet their needs, and therefore it can solve the problem in this regard. According to the book, How Will AI Run Wall Street? So now you need to read the book, understand the argument, and see how you can apply, obviously. It's all about optimization, actually. What will be the AI's corporate strategy, according to the book? Outsource everything to robots, data-driven decision-making, virtual reality team building, or launching an AI CEO running the company? How does the book propose AI could improve fairness in the legal system? By replacing human judges, through unbiased data analysis, by enforcing stricter laws, AI as a legal advisors. Basically, the argument in the book is that AI is not taking side. AI just purely look at the data and make the decision based on the data. And human has emotion, has biases, and therefore the argument in the book that judges sometimes will make a, let's say you're a racist person, then you make a wrong judgment. But AI will not care about that. So there was a lot of discussion on it. Okay, we have 5 questions left. 201. Can you see the hand? Who's 201? First, you don't see your number there? 6201. Okay, good. Let's see. 116. Okay. And 107. Good. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so we have 5 questions left, and the question toward end is more kind of subjective assessment and application of knowledge you get from the book rather than exact knowledge from the book. So you have to think through that and to answer that. And some of them are critical reflection requires that. Let's see. If AI were a military general, what will be its motto? The infinity and beyond, conquer space, not countries, strategize with silicon, strategize with silicon. See, I gave you 3 options also, right? One is repeated. Yeah, that's good. That means you have only 3 options, easy to choose. was a human error. AI will not that, right? So that's a kind of living examples of the difference between AI and human. That was my error, obviously, right? If you put an AI, will recognize the differences. So interesting. So I repeat it, but then I choose only the last one as a true. Obviously, you choose the third one. That was a true as well, and obviously it's not fair. The problem, the system doesn't allow me to change, unfortunately. So let's go with next one. Life 3.0 addresses the risk of AI-induced unemployability. What is a key concern in terms of the unemployability? That's a very key concept discussed in the book. What does the book mean by this problem, by this concept? Now this is very subjective one, but I think it's fair to ask such question. When I read the book, that's one of the things I thought I have to ask. Could grains of sand eventually turn into super intelligent robots by themselves naturally if given enough time according to the book? Probably yes, probably not. Only in sci-fi, depends on the sand. And actually, that's what, when I read the book, I said it's complete nonsense, but that's what books actually meant. The author had a lengthy discussion that how we get everything just out of the matter, and as if like all this human intelligence come out of the sands and the piece of atoms. So I said, let's make this question, and anyone with a little mind, will they ever believe you get the super intelligent things out of the grain of sand? So, but if you read the book, you will see the author does believe that it is possible. And not only is possible, he believes that's really happened already. That's how we get human beings. So, and that's really his answer. How does Life 3.0 views human in the context of the universe? Again, this is something you have to critically reflect on the book. Human is a special being, as an accidental occurrence, as a super intelligent entity, or as an ultimate life form? What does the book say of the subject? Absolutely. The author argues that we all just by accident emerge, you know, we're lucky we exist as a conscious being. Against, I don't know, like sometimes you doubt about their intelligence, how you can make such nonsense arguments, but that's what it is. Okay, last two question. Does Life 3.0 suggest that life could last billions of years? Yes, through uploads. No, it's impossible. Yes, only in theory. No, or not sure. Again, based on the discussion in the book. So essentially, the book's argument here that you're nothing but just the information. We can upload everything about you to the machine, so we can have your clone version as an AI. It can be forever. And that's actually in one way, you see the books basically offering eternal life to humanity, saying like you can copy all of the things about you on the machine, the exact copy of you, and it can sustain itself forever. Okay. Congratulations to the winners. So now get 3 winners here, please, and other 3 individuals as well. Get your own stage, please. 116-02092-155. Okay, that's fine. 5 is up over here. Yes. Okay, 092. What is 092? Okay, can we get you here as well? Oh, it's not your book? Really? How did you get it? Just guess it? Very good. 155? Okay. Then we can get, what's the third one? I think we can go with 4 people, that's fine. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to have a brief discussion about the book. Essentially, we want them to introduce themselves, and after that we will have some quick question and discussion and let you go hopefully within 20 minutes. And just introduce yourself first.
Hello everyone. For the people that don't know me, my name is Lean and I'm a designer.
Hello everyone, my name is Adia Al Saud and I'm in the general MBA track.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Abdikirim and I'm at Saudi Payment.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian Dehmesh. Work as a legal counsel at Saudi Exchange.
Okay, so the very first one, just again, one last question for the efficiency. So anyone want to jump in and answer, they could do, whoever feels better on that. So let's first introduce us. Who is the author? Briefly. Who wants to just give us a brief background about the author?
The author is Max Tegmark. He's a professor at MIT and he specializes in physics. And you can see him actually reflect his experiences in the book heavily.
So just make sure you hold the mic close to your mouth. Okay. So can we hear very brief summary of the book? What is the book is all about? Those who have not read the book, how would you summarize briefly? What is the book all about?
So basically the book acts as a time machine. It basically takes you in different times, and it basically imagines how AI would be at that point of time. It starts off by mentioning the near future, then 10,000 years into the future, and then finally even billions of years into the future, whether or not humans exist.
Good. Okay, so now we're going to talk basically in 2 categories. We'll look at the books. One is the book talks about the potential of AI and the implication. And then second, the book talks about the threats and the dangers comes with AI. First, let's look for the positive side. Tell me, based on your reading, each one of you, that when you read the book, what are the interesting part about the potential of AI that attract your attention, you really believe in it? So we can go around the table, everyone can tell some things.
So you would like to know the potential?
Yeah, potential of AI. What are the potential with AI? That's when you read, you find that's really interesting, that you believe in it.
I really like how the AI would support and accelerate all the processing activities that we do usually in our daily life, like when we are, like for the medicine, how it will start exam and how he would support the teachers. And even in my summary, I have emphasizes on the experiment that you have make it and your experience during the with the AI with the AI ChatGPT. Also, and this is really like what and how it will mitigate all the the very daily operational work and remove all the hard work from humanity, and would let human to concentrate basically on their mindset and how to use their intelligence on this, and let the AI and the machine like get busy with all the operational things in life.
Repetitive works.
Exactly.
Right.
I love actually the idea of
Close.
yeah. I like how AI work as a parallel with the human, support human in daily life, daily work also, as a tool, work, search engine and analysis. As a legal researcher, I really sometimes get annoying with all research and analysis that I made by myself, which I usually call the dirty work. So it gives human and individual space to make a decision and leave the analysis and interpretation work for the AI.
Very good.
I think, as you three said, it would be more regarding efficiency, and a point where you can reach greater production with medical data, with teaching. So yeah, it's more about the efficiency levels that you can reach with AI. Yeah.
I agree with everything my colleague said. And what I like to touch upon is the implication of adding threats. The author basically makes us imagine every scenario when it comes to AI and the future of AI. And what I appreciate in the author's depiction is that he makes us picture an idealized version of that implementation, and then afterwards he mentions the threats. I think that's a very smart decision as a narrator, because I feel like that actually highlights one of the flaws of humanity, is that sometimes we are very emotion-based and we kind of oversee some of the implication that we might be blinded upon by basically life experiences. So I really appreciate how he makes us insert ourselves into the scenario first, making us imagine what life would be, and then telling of the threats. Because that's actually how AI would shock us if we didn't have the necessary precautions or the necessary studies for research. We wouldn't know what would happen. The threats would just start to appear because AI is very efficient and it's very fast-paced, unlike human development.
So the book title is Life 3.0. Okay, I asked the question, was the first question, and I was surprised most everyone got wrong on that. Why the author chose such title? What does it mean after reading the book? What does he mean by Life 3.0? Anyone?
I believe it's because he split the life into 3 stages: life 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. 1.0, which is where our grandparents there using agriculture and working.
I think life is
Evolution, yes.
Pre-human era. It's like when the first bacteria started, right? That's
exactly. There is like life 2.0 where we are like setting now. And the 3.0 where the AI will be and will interfere in the systems and the intelligence will be interfere.
Can someone explain what is really the difference between 3.0 and 2.0 in this regard according to the book?
Yes. So basically life 1.0 changes through evolution. They cannot change their hardware and software, whereas by software we mean skills, culture. Whereas life 2.0 is basically humans, where we can change our software, like learning new skills, but we cannot change our hardware. Although that is arguable because we are able to add prosthetic limbs. Whereas life 3.0 did not happen yet. The author predicts that's when AGI will take over and they will be the new dominant life form.
So in other words, the argument here, we will be able to change both hardware and software in a way we can clone ourselves and duplicate ourselves.
Yes.
And that's how we can extend our life to,
Yes.
who knows, billions of life, or years, right?
Yes.
Okay. But did you find this argument, convincing that we can really upload our emotion, thoughts, and everything that make us human to the machine, and then have machine to really, in a way, become our clone version? Or do you believe that something's possible?
I think that in a very projected future it might happen. It's already starting in the way where we write our mind through notes. We record them with voice notes. So I feel like our data is already placed. To create an algorithm that can live through that data is probably in the future, advanced future. It might be, we might be able to reach it. Yes,
So
probably.
So do you think that if can we copy everything about you to the machine and have the machine to be your replica?
At least I like to think that we're already in the process.
Okay.
And I don't know if it will happen, Allahu Alam, but it might be, and it might not. So yeah, it's about how we feel about AI. I think it will be mostly as a tool. I'm not an optimistic, I'm not a utopian, nor a totalitarian person. I'm in the middle, yeah.
Anyone else wants to comment on this question?
I feel like it's not a matter of when it will happen. I feel like it's a matter of do we want it to happen. The book's whole purpose is to have us think about what future do we really want, what kind of intervention should human have in order to achieve the future they need in order to survive. So, in my opinion, the author often highlights if we understand the physics behind it, we will be able to implement it. So if we understand the physics that are involved in that kind of thing, then it's definitely a possibility for the future.
I totally a little bit agree with the author when he said that the machine at some point of time it won't be replica totally of us because they don't have the feelings. But it would support a lot of and enhance the value of our lives, like biologically and from mindset. So I always like to be an open-minded, and when we usually be an open-minded and understand all the new technologies, we will adapt it in a very good way. And at this level, I believe maybe my work has like dominant on me. I usually really like to have regulation of everything. So when he mentioned that we need to regulate and govern the AI to not let it to extend to a very harmful level, it would really support our future life.
But do you believe the AI one day gain consciousness, become like human?
It won't be gain exactly like human because they don't have the feeling and they don't have the.
But according to the author, don't you think the author argues that the feeling is just the outcome of the physical interaction? Therefore, once you find the right algorithm, you might get the machine to have the feeling as well.
Yeah, but even he emphasized that the AI couldn't exactly copy the mentality of and the mindset of the human. So, like he took he said that he can replicate human, but at some level, at some point of time, he said that we cannot exactly copy the human.
Right? What do you think?
I think AI might have an emotion.
Close.
I think AI might have an emotion, but they will not have their own emotion. They might copy the individual human emotion, and I believe this is the special thing about emotion is they are developed. Each human has his own emotion developed by themselves by interacting with others, which if you just copy the emotion, you will not have the ability to develop your own emotion and upgrade it to new level.
So in other words, you're saying that machine could copy you in terms of your emotion as well,
Yeah.
but can machine feel the pain as you feel the pain? Not mimicking you.
No, I don't think AI could generate, could feel pain or generate an emotion.
So because this part is really interesting, I think it seems like most of you buy into the argument, but when I read it, that's one of the critical things I see, because the guy is looking human being completely as just a bunch of atoms. There is no concept of soul in his arguments. So since there is no soul, essentially, you're just no different than the grain of sand. And that's arguments I have difficulty to buy in, which basically means that no difference between your kids and, let's say, a chair. They're all made of atoms. So why you love your kids more than the chair? No reason for that. It's a fake feeling. That's the argument in the book. But I think that's the part. It depends on what is our worldview. I think the worldview of the author is very materialistic. Obviously, he doesn't believe in anything beyond physics, beyond matter, and he thinks everything is the product of matter. But I think existence is way beyond matter.
The author.
Yes.
The author is non-biased in a way where he wants us to believe in AI the way he does, in the short and long term. At some point he talks like in billions and billions of years, like it's something that our brain doesn't even allows it to happen as an image. So it's, I feel like he wants us to believe in it.
Yeah, this way it's more than just facts, it's also his fiction. It's actually. That's, yes, okay, you can get to it, please.
The point you said about the soul, I already added in my review. I said like AI cannot have a soul. Another thing I was thinking, like motion are random. You cannot like write a formula that said you will predict these feelings. Like as someone who works as a software engineer, I don't want random things in my code that can result in unexpected outcome. And feelings are random, so you cannot say AI will have feelings. Like you do not know this outcome would be good and bad. Like for example, like kindness, loyalty, trust. You know these things are programmed, so you cannot trust AI that this AI is actually loyal to me because it's just bits code. So that's why I don't think AI can have emotion. It's just code. We engineer it to do these things. But are they true? They're not true. Because motion are random. Because you can be loyal to someone your whole life, and they do one thing, and you just be disloyal to them. So that's why.
Well, again, but the key part here is it all depends on how you view human. If you human just in terms of their words and their ideas, that's why if you feel that there is a human more than matters that you interact with the soul, and in this case the trust is established with the soul, not with the words.
Yes.
But the machine doesn't have a soul.
No,
So
that's what I said in my review. Machine does not have a soul. That's why, that's what I said. Machine does not have a soul. We engineer it. So you can engineer feeling, but how you will engineer a soul? It's not a living thing. It's a dead thing. That's why I even said like they don't have the right to vote. It's a dead thing.
That's very interesting. Very good. Yes.
I feel like that's the beauty of the subjectivity behind it, and I feel like that's largely influenced by, for example, Max Tegmark's role as a physicist. For him, as a scientist, everything revolves around something being proven and disproven. So his whole mentality is like, as long as we have a measure to prove that AI is conscious, then it's not impossible to prove. But for example, for a regular folk, we can have this subjectivity of never being able to prove that AI is conscious. So I guess it's just a matter of us wanting to find something to have power over AI, which is using our emotions, because it's the one thing that we can be sure of for certain. But at the same time, I'll use Dr. Najati's example of the people in the cave. If I lived my entire life in a cave and went out and you told me whether or not, for example, my colleague Lean here or robot would be conscious, there's no way of me being able to answer that, because so far we have no way of proving consciousness exists or not, unless it's our own consciousness.
Very good. Okay, so let's move to threats. I know people have to go. So what are the books have a lot of discussion on threats, and particularly, I mentioned at the beginning now, those who were running ChatGPT, they had, they did not trust each other. They were almost destroying the whole company because of the relations problems. So when you read the book, and when you read all these potential threats, what is your take on that? What do you think? Do you think we should be scared that AI is really potentially dangerous? Or do you think that the danger is exaggerated? Yes.
I think that's one of the first things that the author starts to talk about is that risk. And he clearly emphasizes on the fact that this will not happen. At the end of chapter 8, he even talks about the fact that Elon Musk is funding his company for security. So I think that he wants us to believe that it's not a threat. At the end of the day, it's a very personal opinion. I think that when there's boundaries that we put to AI, there's no risk of it to escape from them.
But you know that a few months ago, there were about 10,000 scientists, including this guy, Max, signed a letter, asked for the AI company to stop for 6 months, not doing anything before deciding the threats, the danger from AI. And he was one of the persons signing that.
Yeah,
And in the book, he argues it's not a big threat, but he actually was scared when he saw what is happening.
But at the same time, as I said, like he got huge funds from Elon Musk, so probably that's the front image that he gives. But I still believe that they're very conscious about that thing, and that he wants to give that image of that perfect utopia. He even says that he's a very optimistic person around that subject.
So the book says, you can answer. The book basically used the argument, the threat in terms of like the nuclear bomb, and says this is a kind of a really a new nuclear bomb. We need to discuss, should we have it or not have it, because once we have it, it could be really dangerous. Do you believe that AI has potential danger like a nuclear bomb, or even more than that?
I personally feel that AI is more dangerous than a nuclear bomb, actually. So it's very, very important for AI safety research to be put in place, because in the end, a nuclear bomb, humans are the main prime decision makers on it, whereas AI is going to be its own decision maker, which is even more dangerous.
Yeah, I believe also when he mentioned that one of the threats of AI, that it can generate a third war, where when we misuse the AI and extremely utilize it in a very illegal or unethical way, there will be a third world war, which can't be stopped at all, and it might like destroy the whole humanity.
Actually, I think I do worry very much that AI might lead the human, because the way the AI develop is they not skip. They develop gradually. As you know, humans have special skill that they can find a solution whenever they face a challenge. So whenever they face a challenge in front of the eye, they will try to find a new way to win against them. Actually, I read that there is, regarding my colleague said that one solution is creating a regulation. I read there is an international institution try to build a new regulation that protect the human from AI and regulate how AI work. So.
So that you're not that much scared. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Okay, finally, so tell us the threats for the jobs, for the economies. What do you think, what was your reading, after reading that, what do you think about this career? What should we do really? The book has some advice on this as well. Do you think it is worth to have MBA in the age of AI? Or how do you think the AI is going to change the career trajectory, the jobs, the economy overall? Anything on this?
Yeah, I believe this will take me back to the beginning of what are the positive things of AI, when we said that it will take out all the operation and irregular work, but also it will initiate a new opportunities and new jobs that allow a human to work on it or control it, while AI will be using or like be busy with all the operational and the very headache work, which would let the people more be creative more and be having an added value to the world. This is why we shouldn't be afraid, because it will open opportunity. Okay, it will destroy some, or it will we will lose some of the jobs, but it will open lots of opportunities and jobs.
For the near future, I agree with Max Tegmark's advice on not changing the job itself, whereas changing how you perform the job, what kind of work entails in a job. For example, AI can handle redundant tasks, whereas in the distant future, I believe there are two scenarios. One of them is the dystopian, dangerous scenario, where AI will take over all of the jobs and realize that humans are inefficient and will sort to eradicate humanity.
And put them in a zoo, right?
And put them in zoos.
That's why the book says that there will be human zoos.
Yeah. And another scenario where AI safety research is put in place, I believe we would find a perfect balance between human interaction as long as robot interaction. So it would be a mutual society.
I just generally think that it will be used as a tool. That's my personal view on it. I don't think that it will be either a control of states, like it's already happening in a way where there's facial recognition and everything, but not to the extent where we will be in a world where it will control us. So I think it will be just of a tool, mostly.
From my perspective, I think AI will be used as a tool 5 years till decade. Answering your question, I'm regret to join MBA. No, I'm not regret, because I believe that MBA improve your skill more than give you pure knowledge. So the skill that I gained from studying MBA will help me to work efficiency compared to AI. Also, besides using AI as a tool, yeah.
So very final one, just your rating of the books, and would you recommend those who do not read to read the books? Just very briefly, out of 10, how would you rate the book?
I would rate the book a 7.5 out of 10. I would definitely recommend the book, but I would recommend you going in with the ability to think critically and not just blindly agree with everything the author says. You need to form your own opinion on it. Maybe you would agree 100%, maybe you would agree 99%, but just know for a fact you need to go in there and formulate your own opinions and your own predictions for what's in store.
So I agree with the fact that I would always advise a book and that knowledge has no price. But at the same time, I would come as, when it comes to people's opinion on things, always be critical in a way where knowledge is something that you absorb and that you have all rights to have your own personal opinion about it.
Rating?
Rating, something like Alia, like between 7.5, 7.8, like something like that, yeah.
To be honest, I really enjoyed the language, the smoothness, and how you, once you read it, you like a deep dive on it. Therefore, I would rate it 8 out of 10. But we need, when we read, anyone who read it, he should be an open-minded, and he shouldn't go with the flow and the mindset of the author. He should be an open-minded, so he can agree with the new technologies and the new systems that would happen. But he didn't. He should be concentrated to not go with his mindset like directly to the extreme, because he in some of the chapters he went very extremely. So like the reader, he should like hold his hold the break and recognize that he went very extreme. But the language, how we understand it very smoothly, I really like it. And thank you so much. Like I've been, since of the beginning of this year, I didn't read a book except this one and the mathematical as I started only.
I really enjoy reading the book. The wording used by the author was very smooth. The way he explored the different idea during the chapter. But to be honest, I doesn't like the generalization method that's used by the author and narrow perspective. Of course, he explored different ideas, but from a narrow perspective.
Your rating? Your rating?
I rated.
I rated 7 out of 10.
Thank you very much. Thank you.